released a rather very interesting insight report that tells you exactly how much the Indiana Fever's social media engagements are actually monetarily worth, either on X or YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, whatever. I mean, all these posts have a monetary value to them based on engagement.
The Indiana Fever's social media just exploded to a jaw-dropping $55 million value, and second place isn't even breathing the same air. Forbes dropped a report so spicy it sent the haters running for cover. Because sorry folks, math doesn't care about feelings. While everyone kept arguing about who really runs the WNBA, the receipts just landed and ended that debate with a mic drop. Can one player seriously be worth that much to a team's online empire? Tell us what you think down below. Let's slice through the noise and get real, because this Forbes bomb just vaporized every excuse the old-school WNBA crowd's been clinging to for months. The Fever's digital empire clocks in at $55.04 million, no typo, no exaggeration. That's what happens when you draft a superstar who shakes an entire league like never before.
If you are a Caitlin Clark fan, if you're an Indiana Fever fan, this is something you already know. However, for the haters out there, the old WNBA fandom, many of you call them the slows, for those fans, they're in complete denial. We've tried to tell people Caitlin Clark moves the needle unlike anybody else in this league or everybody else in this league. It just sort of is what it is. Fans are coming to see one particular player, and along with that, carries over the support to the entire...
Before anyone starts wiping tears and screaming that this is unfair to other players, or that we should all hold hands and celebrate equally, calm down. We're not talking opinions or feelings here. We're talking cold, unforgiving data. This isn't bias. This isn't hype. It's a verified deep dive by STN Digital and Zoom Analytics, who tracked over 20,000 posts across Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube all season long. They crunched every impression, engagement, and dollar advertisers would have paid for the same exposure. And guess what? The Fever didn't just win. They obliterated the field by a margin so huge it's downright awkward for everyone else.
Worth a lot of money. They are worth a lot of money, and I can tell you right now, that's a little over 5 times higher than the next WNBA team. 5 times higher. Let's go down here. Just scroll down. The Indiana Fever's staggering $55 million social media evaluation speaks volume.
Second place limped in with the Dallas Wings at just $861 million, yeah. Let that tragic little number marinate for a second. The gap between first and second? Over $46 million. That's not a race. That's a cosmic separation. The Fever aren't competing. They're existing in a parallel universe with numbers nobody else can even sniff. And to be fair, the Wings actually had a killer season. Engagement up 505%, social value up 344%, and they still got steamrolled by the gap. Third place? The Las Vegas Aces with $764 million, which tracks since they're the dynasty team with all the rings and the glitz. Fourth was the New York Liberty at $754 million, no shocker there, considering they're parked in the biggest media jungle in the country. But here's where things get deliciously awkward. Fifth place went to the Chicago Sky at $635 million. Remember those endless debates about who was really fueling the WNBA's hype? Yeah, the numbers just ended that argument and threw away the mic. The Sky's supposed equally impactful rookie couldn't even come close. The gap between the Fever and the Sky sits at a jaw-dropping $48.69 million. That's not a difference. That's another galaxy of fame and engagement.
Seeing the growing popularity of WNBA across social media, social agency STN Digital, and analytics and measurement platform Zoom teamed up to quantify the league's online impact with a newly released WNBA social rankings and insight report. The research analyzes how every team performed across social media during the 2025 season and identifies which clubs and content pieces generated the most engagement, impressions, and estimated media value.
Makes these numbers downright savage is that the Fever didn't even pause the Caitlin Clark content train when the season ended. Nope. They kept the hype machine roaring, flooding timelines and feeding fans exactly what they craved. That's not luck, that's elite business instinct. When you've got a player who breaks the internet every time she breathes, you don't hit the brakes. You slam the gas and ride that rocket till it burns gold. Between May 16th and September 11th, the Fever pulled in 38.73 million engagements and a mind-bending 1.17 billion impressions. That's billion with a B. To put it bluntly, that's more reach than most pro teams scrape together in a whole year. And yes, this is the WNBA, the same league that's fought tooth and nail for mainstream shine. But here's the part that made marketing execs spit out their lattes. One single Fever YouTube video was valued at $733,594. One video. Not a campaign, not a collab. A single upload worth $750,000 in ad value. That's the kind of number that makes entire PR teams weep. For comparison, that one video outperformed some WNBA team's entire season of social media. Think about that. One post worth more than another franchise's yearly effort. That's not winning. That's complete domination. And let's talk receipts. The study used a social value metric, which basically measures how much brands would have had to cough up for that same exposure through paid ads. Translation: the Fever's organic content equals $55 million worth of paid reach. They're printing engagement like it's currency. So next time someone says the WNBA's popularity is a group effort, point them to this massacre of metrics. One team's 5 times higher than second place. That's not balance. That's Caitlin Clark dragging an entire franchise, and maybe the league, into relevance by sheer gravitational pull. Sure, the Dallas Wings deserve props. A 505% engagement boost and 344% social value jump, thanks partly to Sophie Cunningham, who's mastered the art of brand deals and social charm. Shout out to her Arby's bag. But even with that glow up, they're galaxies behind the Fever and the Chicago Sky. 5th place. Remember the 2 rookies changing the league narrative? Yeah, this report shredded that fairy tale with a $49 million reality check. Some might say the Fever just have better social media strategy. And sure, credit where it's due, STN Digital helped them level up. But let's be real. No marketing team on earth can fake genuine fan obsession. People aren't engaging because of filters and captions. They're obsessed because of Caitlin Clark. Fans want every clip, every highlight, every second. The audience drives the content, not the other way around. And here's the ultimate takeaway the WNBA needs to tattoo on its playbook: star power matters. Fans don't fall in love with everyone equally. They follow icons. They wear their jerseys. They tune in for them. The sooner the league stops pretending otherwise and starts building around its biggest names, the faster it'll grow. The Fever just proved it. With over 1 billion impressions and nearly 40 million engagements, they've turned social media into gold. And no other team is even in the same orbit.